I just noticed our media has now put out a massive attempt to brainwash you even more. So, all of these people that are trying to wake everybody up, there is a lot of heavy programming going on to make sure you don't wake up. So, you're going to go nuts if you try and teach people to wake up to a new way of being. And what they're doing now is they've given Tony Robbins his own TV show. And I guess it's a 30-day program where everybody gets a breakthrough. And you pretty much have to understand Tony Robbins' insanity. If you want to understand how our planet got all fucked up, look at what Tony Robbins does. He programs you. He will program your brain to destroy the planet. And you'll think you're doing good because you get your paycheck a lot bigger. And as long as your paycheck's good and you get the big house, if you buy the stuff, here's how to buy more stuff, then your stuff will make you think that, oh, this guy's really helped me out. Meanwhile, he doesn't let you know that in order to buy your stuff, you have to do harm to somebody else. He has been programming presidents. He has been programming a lot of people how to break through. It's such a friggin' lie. I've been to his seminars. I see the con that's going on. One of the things that he does is deprives you of food and keeps it so entertaining. And like, he's a massive good speaker, and he'll keep you so entertained. He uses music. He uses a lot of different forms of programming on you. And with the lack of food, he can make so many suggestions in your mind. He will tell you, he's used the words that this is heavy programming. And you need to have morals when you use this programming. And what does the guy do at the very end of his seminars that I went to? Because I was eating and I know what kind of programming he's doing, that he couldn't brainwash me into seeing the false information. But he uses these words: if you're feeling really great now and you want this to last, you got to spend another $10,000. And then you watch a whole pile of people pile up putting a $10,000 course on their credit cards, and they can't afford it. And then they go home and their family is really pissed off because they wanted him to go and take a course to learn how to attract more money to feed our families. But what do? You go there and you spend even more money? A lot of families have been broken up because of Tony Robbins, because while you're in his presence, you will get brainwashed into spending more money and putting it all in his fucking pocket. A lot of the people that work for him are volunteer because they think, oh, I get to be around Tony Robbins. And so Tony Robbins, who makes all of this money, doesn't even pay people for his work. All of the work that you do thinking you're volunteering and getting something, you're a friggin' slave for Tony Robbins. He doesn't believe in paying people that does the work for him. He can manipulate you into working for him for nothing. If that's not slavery, if that's not brainwashing. And then you go and look at some of his advice that, oh, you got to be, have a mentor. Half of the mentors that go research some of these guys that he suggests as mentoring. One of them, I did a little research, and he was heavily involved in war. Once they won the war, they took over the economic system of that country. And then he profited by stealing their companies and putting it in his name. And this is the guy that he says you need to imitate. And basically, that's the bigger picture of it. But basically, that's the smaller picture of it that he's trying to teach everybody, is to how to steal from everybody, how to brainwash anybody to give you their stuff, work for nothing. And that's just total bullshit. And I can't even stomach watching even 5 minutes of his show. But the first, I tried. And the first statement he says is, if you can't, then you must. Talk about your friggin' brainwashing. If you can't do something, there's a reason why your brain is saying don't do it. This is the type of psychology that never worked with me. I fell for it. I seen what they were manipulating me into. If you can't, you must. And every time, I was the one that was doing all the fucking work. At the time, somebody else was always getting rich off my work. Following that advice meant don't listen to your own fucking brain when it says don't do that. And when I just pushed myself to even do it more, I ended up getting my body physically injured. And my brain got physically injured by following this very advice. Your brain is intelligent. It's guiding you. When it says you don't do it, then don't do it. It's a block and deal mentality. This is what our psychological world is all about, is block and deal and just move on and do your best. It's not about transforming why you got the fucking problem in the first place. You know, like if you're sitting there and you can't do anything and nothing's moving and you need something to happen, there's something going on. It's not about ignoring what's going on that's preventing you from doing something. Your brain is stopping you for a reason. And, you will make more of a success in your life if you overcome your blocks. Not push through them and do more of what you can't do. It's a matter of looking at inside you. What started this in the first place? And I'm sure he's dealing with a lot of people that were in war. And a lot of soldiers come back from war and they're completely traumatized by what they experienced. And they come home and they're a little screwed up and they can't fit within society. Why? Because they know society's fucked up now. They know how they got manipulated into this war mentality and kill other people. And then they're shell-shocked going, I can't believe you manipulated me to actually do harm to another human being for nothing. Just for your product, just for you to get richer off of something? There was no real reason to be fighting and protecting. And these soldiers know this. But when you get in touch with Tony Robbins and he gets you to just ignore everything, it's no big deal, just block and deal, and push forward and be part of that system. Be part of that system that goes and steals from other people, but make it feel good this time. Why feel bad about taking and stealing and killing when you can feel good about it? That's what Tony Robbins' message is all about. And I'm sure if you see that show, you're going to see a lot of people have a lot of temporary fixes. They may get increased pay. They may be able to push their body past what it can actually do. But long term, you'll get fucked up. And that's what's happening with our whole entire system. It looked good in the short term. You play that game out and look at where we are right now. Our planet is fucked up. But we don't tend to see past our noses. We don't seem to see how you play that game out and how it affects the fucking planet. So while you look at, oh, feels good to me, look at that. This guy can do something and he thought he couldn't do before. Look at the fucking brainwashing that's going on. At least look at the potential that, somebody that is crippled, hell, you can get past even being crippled. You can cure yourself. Look at the reasons why. Even Stephen Hawking. Stephen Hawking created his own fucking disease. And if he got rid of the cause that caused his own disease, then he'd be cured. But we can't wrap our brains around anything is curable because we want to take a pill. We want to just block and deal, doing all of the bad behavior so that we can continue on with that pill. And it's all fucked up. And if you look at any interviews with Stephen Hawking, he actually is glad that he's crippled because he says, you know what? Now that I'm crippled, I can get everybody to do the work for me. It lets my brain work a lot more on solving all these really, really complicated problems. He's fucking lazy. He won't do the research himself. He gets other people to do it for him. And how better to do it than to be crippled and not be able to even lift a finger? If you can't lift a finger and you got some brain cells in there that can manipulate other people to do the work for you, how fucking lazy are you? So you create this disease in your mind. It's all in your freaking mind. And what's he studying? He's studying black holes. What are black holes? Problems. That's all they are. They have an event horizon. It's how you deal, what laws you make while you go into this event horizon. And the man is literally saying now that we should explore outer space because we as humans don't know how to solve problems. So what the hell is he doing then? I think he's solving a few problems. He's getting all this recognition for being a human who solves a lot of complicated problems. So he can't even see in himself that he's human and can solve problems, and there's no reason to go explore outer space because out there is nothing but time. There ain't nothing out there. This is it. This is the now. Fix the now. Solve your problem now. Cure yourself. Pay attention. You're human. You know, how did you react to your event horizon just prior to you getting your illness? And then you can cure it. If you formulate another belief, if you formulate another behavior pattern, you'll start to enjoy your own friggin' life. Stay away from Tony Robbins. Stay far, far, far away from Tony Robbins. He is the evil that's destroying the planet. Peace out.